Hey everyone, this is Trader AG and welcome to another public update. Today I'm going to be covering if we are going to all-time highs by Friday or not. So I'll cover a lot more actually. I'll cover where we are at right now on the charts, what we might do today after the New York Open, and also what trade setups that we have currently on the chart that could be executed today, tomorrow, or on Thursday. So stick with me for the first 5 minutes because I'm going to run you through what happened over the last couple days so that you can understand what kind of trade setups that we had, what my confirmations were, and then you can have a good grasp of what I will be looking for in the Discord, in the trading view for the next couple days as well. So again, first things first, we have to cover what happened since that last video I had when we were at $96,000, if I'm not mistaken. We had this beautiful push that day, and I think this lasted 2 days. We had on Wednesday and also Thursday 2 days of beautiful uptrending, and we actually topped up around 100, actually $106,000 on the chart. Now, at this point, I believe there were no shorts to be taken in the market, and the reason for that is because the market was indeed really bullish and we had no sign of weakness on the chart. We didn't print any lower highs or lower lows on the chart that could have been shorted, and I've told that to my team on Discord as well, that there is no reason to look for shorts as long as there is no sign of weakness on the chart. And during this uptrend, we were seeing bearish divergences caused by people taking profits on their long, so I didn't have any reason to short the market as well. And again, you don't need a reason to join the market with a long out of FOMO in the market as well. So I was not taking any trades during this period when we were having this uptrend, and the simple reason was because there was none to be taken. Now we are in this range, and you can see that we are protected by this monthly level below us at 102.362, and we have this top around $105,000. Now, this was a really crucial area on the chart, and the reason for that is because we had two major levels of resistance on the chart here. We had a daily and daily NPOC level sitting at $104,700, and we had a monthly NPOC, a naked point of control level, sitting at $105,000. Currently, they're both tapped. They created a beautiful reaction on the chart, and I actually had a short trade with the team on Discord as well. This was given on there literally 1 hour before it happened, and we had the short trade from here down to $100,000. And obviously, we had a take profit before that because at the peak it was a 3 risk to reward ratio trade, which is pretty good. And we had a short trade down to $96,000, but currently, I am out of that trade after taking profits on the short trade and also having a trailing stop loss on the trade. So now I am not in any short trades, and I'm going to tell you what new setups that you can have on the market. Now, important thing that I was noticing when we were putting this high was the order flow during that high, which was actually looking bearish. And that was one of the reasons why I was looking for shorts during this push on New York Open as well. So if I go and zoom in on this level right here, you will be able to see that when the price was creating this top, after creating the exact high, we were seeing a lower high being printed on the chart, and you can see the CVD going higher on the chart at the same time as well. So if I just get rid of this, you can read from here as well that volume delta CVD. And here you can see at the top, we have a negative 7 million CVD. And at this point, we have positive 217K CVD, which means that we have seen 7 million more longs at this point than at the high, but price is making a lower high. So that means that there has to be someone in the market who is shorting the market with limit orders. So when I saw that, unfortunately, I couldn't catch it because I was not on the chart, but again, it's so important to understand you don't have to catch the exact high. After seeing that level being hit and after seeing those divergences on the chart, I had my short entry at this point right here. You can see when the New York opened up, we have seen this push higher, and after this push, which is again at 16:51, so for me this is 20 minutes after the New York Open, you can see we have seen $5.3 million of positive delta at the exact high here. And when we lost this level right here, this was my short trigger into market after seeing trapped longs at this New York Open, and also having a really valid high with CVD divergences and trapped long. So that was my entry, and now I am out of that position. So this will be the exact same signs I will be looking for in the market if we see a good move during this New York Open or tomorrow as well. So what levels should you look out for in the market? Well, I think the first things to notice here is the trend that we are having right now, which is a bullish trend. On locally, you can see that we were in a pretty big downtrend, and the reason I say pretty big was because of how much shorts we were having during this time zone. Here you can see after that high was put in at 105.8, you can see we have seen a negative $28 million of negative delta. We have seen negative 33 million delta. We have seen negative 26, negative 15, negative 27 million. So we have seen a lot of shorts in the market, and the reason I'm saying shorts and not stop loss order is because of the open interest. You can see open interest during this period is actually climbing, which means people are actively shorting this downtrend. So for me, this is not something I look at and say, this is looking bearish or bullish. I just analyze the charts, look at what levels we have, and see if we have some trapped traders in the market. So right now, after seeing that many shorts coming into the market and actually reclaiming the monthly level once again here, I do believe the chart right now is looking more bullish than bearish, which means that we are having a higher chance of taking this high next on Bitcoin. So which levels are tradable in the market? So I have marked two important levels in the market here, the monthly and the daily NPOC level, and both of them are really important because they would change the structure in the market if we see a big reaction from either level. So you can see here, after the monthly level was formed on Friday, we had two beautiful taps, actually three taps here, which caused a move around $3,000. And then we dropped below that level, we lost the level, but we have seen a lot of shorts coming in the market here. And now that level is reclaimed, and we have a lot of shorts who were trapped in the market here. So for me, this is not much different than having a failed auction in the market of these lows. And now simply we can start looking for the new highs next on the chart. So what trade setups that we have here? And I don't know if this will come today, tomorrow, or if it will come or not, because again, I don't have a magic ball that I can tell you what's going to happen in the market. But what I'm looking for in the chart is for the price to push lower around this $102.8 thousand area, and I am looking for, just like the highs, I'm looking for CVD divergences on the chart. So I'm looking for people to keep shorting this trend and having CVD divergences, open interest increase in the market. And if I saw all of these signs, depending on where we are at in the market when those happen, I will be hunting long positions in the market. So for this long setup here, you might have it from here, you might have it from here. It's hard to tell where it will be from, but you can look for these highs first. So this can be your take profit 1, and then your take profit 2 can be the all-time highs or around that level. And then you can let the rest run for potentially higher on the chart as well. So that's one trade that I'm looking for on the chart. Again, these needs the requirements met, because if there are no divergences, if you're seeing bearish divergences on the chart, so if you're seeing people longing this move and longing it a bit too much, the price could easily do this, and you might see a bigger breakdown below $100,000 in the market as well. So you need to have the requirements before you take a position like that. But I think this is a great position if we are seeing the signs in the market. The reason I am more interested at this point in longs than shorts is because of the higher time frame CVD and open interest. If I open the 2-hour chart here, I need to open up the 9 or 180-day chart here. You'll see the same thing that I'm seeing on the chart as well, which is a really bullish scenario. And the reason I say this is because the price currently is not testing any major level of support on the chart, and we are seeing on every single high we put in, and specifically this one, we are seeing a lot of shorts coming in on the market. So if I look at it from the $93,000 low right here, or 93.3 up to here, you can see that open interest is climbing. And if you saw this open interest increase or surge in the market over the last How many days is that? Over the last 2 days, you might think to yourself, well, these must be longs, right? Because the price is going higher, we are above $100,000, open interest is increasing. That should mean that there are more longs coming in the market and people are bullish. Well, that's not the case. If you look at the CVD here, you can clearly see that CVD is making lower lows while the open interest is increasing, which means that the new positions opening in the market are actually shorts. So people are shorting, retail is shorting this market as the price is going higher. Why do I think that is? Well, I do believe we have the same scenario here that we had during that $90,000 to $95,000 zone in November, where people were keep shorting the market even though there were no signs of major weakness. Again, I was one of those people who took a short here, but when I take those short positions, I have my take profits at a certain levels. I'm not just looking for 80K or 90K or even 96K next. I'm just looking for short trades and having a certain setup in the market, and then if the price comes up or reclaims an important level, I will be stopped out in profits. So that's really important to understand. At this point, we are seeing bullish divergences on the chart, which means that the price is more likely to continue higher on the market. For me, the great long positions in the market were actually coming in around this zone right here at $96,000. But if the price doesn't come along here, that's completely fine as well. This is the zone that has the best opportunities for longs. But if the price just doesn't visit there and keeps climbing on the chart, that is completely fine as well, because that's something that happens usually in bull markets where we are making a lot of people miss out on longs. I think that's one of the things that you are seeing in the market since that 75K low was put in. And if I just scroll back on the chart, you'll see the same thing I'm seeing as well, which is the fact that we have put in that low at $75,000 with a really funny double bottom here. You can see that this low did not take this one and missed it by $100, which actually made people miss out on a lot of longs, which thankfully we were not one of them. We were long in the market at $77,000, but a lot of people missed out on this long position here simply because they were not looking for longs and they were looking for lower prices and this low to be taken out. After that, we have seen this move right here where we have seen the $83,000 low here on Sunday and Saturday being left open in the market. So price came down really low to those weekend lows and did not take it and then pushed up. And then we have seen the same scenario with these lows right here as well. We had a lot of liquidity below these lows and these lows in the market, but price came down, created the higher low on the chart, and then just pushed up. So you can see the same scenario happening over and over in the market, where the market basically doesn't give any longing opportunities to the people who are looking for major levels of support, and everyone who is looking for longing this market are having the idea of, okay, I want to be in a long position, but I want to be in a long position from lower, which means that subconsciously I want lower prices. So when you have that many people having subconscious desires of lower prices, you will see a lot of people just shorting the market and not having a stop loss, not having take profits, but just simply waiting for 96, 94K with no real plan in the market. So that's why we are seeing CVD divergences on the chart here, because a lot of people have missed out and a lot of people are feeling like the price has to come down so they can long the market. So I think that's why we are having these divergences on the chart, and I think it could be the case until we see new all-time highs in the market. I think after we see all-time highs, people will turn to the mindset that I've missed out on this interest, or I've missed out on this opportunity, so let me get into altcoins. I think that will be the next level of FOMO in the market. So I'm gonna be covering this week what I am seeing on altcoins as well. Not on this video, but this will be specifically for the people who join Blofin with our link on Twitter as well. So I've now partnered up with Blofin, and on Thursday, every single Thursday for the next month, I will be covering the altcoins in the market and what I'm seeing on the chart. And the only thing you have to do to join a Discord community where I will cover your favorite altcoins, any altcoins that you request, on every Thursday, is join Blofin with this link right here, with the Trader AG link, and trade with $100. Now, this is the case for the Twitter followers. But if you're coming in from YouTube, I'll make an exception for you guys. You don't have to trade with $100. If you get into Blofin with this link and you deposit $100 or more, you will have the access. You just have to send me your UID and I will be adding you to that Discord channel in 24 hours. So if you're interested in altcoins, if you're interested in my analysis on ETH and on Solana or an XRP, Fartcoin, whatever coin that you have, I will be doing that on Thursday. So make sure that you don't miss out on that one. Join in from that link. Now back to Bitcoin here. What do I expect if the price decides to push higher? Well, I think if the price is able to reclaim this high right here, we don't have major levels of resistance on the chart remaining. So does that mean that we have to go to all-time highs instantly? Obviously not, because we can't just take these highs next, like this, and then have another drop, which will cause another high to be put in. But overall, I think if we are taking these highs next on the chart, any reaction that you see here will be an opportunity to long the market, not the opposite. So I think one thing that you shouldn't do is, if we are taking these highs here and we have this consolidation pattern here, don't long the market here, because we are like $2,000 below the high here, and the chances of those people getting wrecked before a move up increases heavily. So just like the lows that we had here, I think people were expecting the same thing to happen that we had in 83K and in this zone right here as well, that they could have just longed the market and then they could have just made money by waiting. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We indeed took these lows right here, and now we are seeing this bullish continuation on the chart. So if we have a move up this week and you're seeing this consolidation pattern here, don't try to long this thing right away, because the chances are, just like these lows right here, people will be expecting the same pattern that we had here. So kind of, I'm more interested in waiting until we are seeing this right here, having some bullish divergences on the chart, and then having a long trade from this zone right here. So I think from this point onwards, if we are able to reach all-time highs this week or next week, you can kind of follow that supply-demand idea, because we will not have any resistance levels on the chart because we are at all-time highs. I think the chart is more than likely respect that daily or weekly or 4-hourly supply and demand zones like this. So if the price is pushing higher, you can expect the price to come down in this level and this zone right here, and then push higher, and that kind of bullish continuation on the chart. So you'll see more of that in next week's video probably if we have this. But for now, just have this level on the chart at 102.3K for a potential long position, have this daily level and POC level on the chart, which is the most crucial resistance level on the chart. Again, if we see some divergences on the chart, I will short this market here. Again, doesn't mean that I can't short the market, but I'm a lot more interested in new highs to be put in this week. So that's my only long position in the market. If we see this move up to daily and POC in the next couple hours, I will be looking for a potential short setup. And if I don't see that, I'll simply be a sidelined human until we have a range around here. So that is my plan. If the price breaks down and comes down to these levels, we have a whole different plan in this zone, because this is the last level or zone of support that we have. But I think we are at this point where altcoins are a bit more interesting than Bitcoin. So as I said, if you're waiting for the same push that Bitcoin had on altcoins, I will be covering every plan that I have on every single altcoin that you request. The only thing that you have to do is go to Twitter, join the Blofin with the link that I have here, and then just deposit $100 and send me your UID. I'll add you to the Discord channel where I will cover all of those on Thursday. If you're more interested in education, if you're more interested in having me in your life every single day, analyzing the charts, you're more than welcome to join our tag team as well. That's a whole different platform where I have 6 hours of educational content on here, where I teach you how to trade ranges, XR charts, the tools and indicators that I love, and also risk management methods that you can use that I've learned over my last 5 years of trading as well. So this is it for me. I will see you either on Discord, on Twitter, or on my next YouTube video. And yeah, thank you so much. And leave a like on this video if you like it, because I love making them. So bye-bye. Take care.